New week. Yeah. How's prospecting been going for you?
Good. I took your method, and that's exactly what I'm running with this week. I got my first reply on the Facebook DM, and then I told you about the email I got yesterday.
Yeah.
So I've probably been doing like 25 to 30 today, and then the same thing yesterday. So
Nice. All the
like,
Groupon strategy?
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So what's your social media message? Because I saw your script for the email, and I think it's pretty good, but I wanted to see because obviously a DM is going to be a lot shorter, right?
Yeah, so the way that I did it is I would always start with the email. Sometimes that's like the easiest thing to find.
Right.
So I do that full script via email, and then I would keep like a rotation going. So if somebody hadn't responded in like I'd give it like a business day, maybe two, but you'll kind of get in a cycle with it. So if somebody didn't respond, then I would follow up with a social media message and just say, I could probably find one and send it to you, but it was basically like a more condensed version of that email one and just saying like just following up here because I sent you guys this email the other day, and then I'd give them like a very brief rundown on what I'd said in that email.
Yeah.
And then I would just throw in something like, I just wanted to follow up here because I know sometimes emails can get buried, and I'm really interested in working with you.
Yeah. I started show you. Can you guys still see me whenever I go on another page?
Yep.
I went, hey there, I saw your offer on Groupon and wanted to know how that was working for you. And then I put a question mark, and that was it.
And they responded to that.
I only had one response on Facebook, but I started adding on top of that. After the question mark, I go, I'm very confident my marketing strategies will get your company a better ROI. And that actually the one response I got was with that as well.
Nice.
And they said, we have our own in-house marketing in addition to Groupon. We attract clients from multiple sources. Thank you for reaching out.
Mm-hmm. I feel like, Alex, I think you spoke to this sometime recently, but just ask them like how that's going for them. Like if they're happy with their marketing so far, or if they could handle more customers, that's a really good one. Because if you go at it from that angle of like, oh, cool, I hope that's working out for you. Do you guys feel like you could handle more business right now if I sent you some? And they're probably going to say yes. And then that's kind of already an indicator that like, obviously their marketing's not that great because they can handle more. So then if you do like even a trial for them and you send them a couple leads.
Yeah, just make it about the result. Like you don't need to, you could even say like, hey, I'm not trying to replace your in-house team. Just wondering if you could handle more customers right now because I'm looking for insert business. I'm looking for one nail salon in insert city. I'm looking for one nail salon in Winnipeg that I can send people to because I have a great strategy that works. If it's you, great. If not, then I'll have to find somebody else in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you can handle growth, then that's great because that's who I'm looking for. Not trying to completely, take over all your internal marketing team because marketing team is fucking big. And most of these people don't even know what they're talking about. So it's like you don't want to get into a war of like semantics of like, oh, like what specific marketing. You just want to be, dude, I'm just sending people customers.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's you. I don't really give a shit what thing you got going on. I'm just trying to like make some money with someone. Right. I can send nail salon customers to someone, but like I ain't no nail tech.
Right.
Yeah. So basic, like I would just hit that person back with like, I don't know if you did respond to them already, but just like a summary of that. Like, yeah, no worries. I'm not looking to replace your marketing team, especially if you're happy with them. But if I have nail salon leads in this area, would you want me to send them to you?
Basically asking if they can handle more business.
Yep.
That's like the first main question you're sending off.
Yeah, because like you're just trying to keep it about the problem.
Right.
So what they're saying, like you reaching out is like, hey, like, do you have a problem? I can get you a higher ROI. They're interpreting that as like, he's trying to like pitch me marketing. So they're going to throw out a projection being like, I got a team, like if you were to hit on somebody outside in the real world and they're like, I got a boyfriend. That might not even be fucking true. They're just saying it as like trying to throw you off.
Yeah.
But you're trying to keep the main thing here, which is like, I have people that come to me. I can get people who are interested in this service. Just looking for a business who can handle some more people, regardless of if you have some.
Yeah.
And you could even compliment the fact that they have a marketing team and they're on Groupon, because like, hey, you're on Groupon and you have a marketing team. That's awesome. That means you're like really trying to grow. I love that. Can you guys handle more customers coming in? Because I have access to some right now, just looking for a business in this city, you know, with this specific service who I can send them to. And now you kind of, you almost disarm them a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Makes
good.
sense.
That's good. Good job.
I say smart things sometime.
Yeah, you said something there that I didn't even think of. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Because that is a good point too, is like the fact that they already have a marketing team in place, even if it's shitty and they're on Groupon, it does show that they're maybe spending their money poorly, but it shows that their want is there. So like you could just be honest and be like, that's actually why I'm reaching out to you, because I want businesses that want to grow. So if you guys can handle more business, you're the kind of person I want to work with.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, that's good. Damn. That's good. Sorry. Just had like a click.
It's a good thing we're recording this. Nailed it. A lot of people do branch out into ads, but again, it comes right back to what I was saying earlier, which is just the proof side. If you have proof and you have a process and you can like show that you have the data to back it, super powerful. Oh man, unreal. Because then you can really crank cold ads, whether that's like, hey, I guarantee 15 appointments a month or whatever it is, because it's just another way to reach people.
Yeah.
With a good offer.
Right.
I think if you were to run ads before you have even a couple case studies, I think that it would go a lot farther if you could show the case studies in those ads. Like I think that's something that people jump into because they're like, I want to get a client right now. I'm willing to pay for it. But there's smarter ways to do it than that.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about like the angle you take whenever you're just starting out, so you don't have any case studies or testimonials, right? Like I have the live fitness case study, which I made my own from LMV, but that's it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you always need case studies. Like you just need someone to say yes to like you working for free.
Yeah.
So that means you just have to make them a really good offer, and you can even tell the truth. Like, hey, I'm just starting out this program. I have a really good campaign from people that have run this before. Gets really good results. I'm looking for one business in this area that I can just work completely for free, just so I can get a testimonial and case study. If it ends up working out, then we can talk about working more in the future. But right now, I'm just trying to like help people grow their businesses, because that's like the first boss you have to slay is results. Like you have to, or I would even say less. It's less than that. It's a free trial. You gotta get someone to say yes to something, and that's why the free trial can help, because it's less risk for the business owner, right? So you just haven't hit that point yet where you've been able to pitch the free trial thing. But when we started, Kelsey was sending messages like, hey, I just finished this training, and to complete, I need to work with a business for free.
Yeah.
So is this something that you're interested in? And it would get us like mixed reviews. Some people would be like, oh, I'm interested. And then we get on a call with them, and that's one step closer to actually getting someone. And we ended up getting, I think, about 2 or 3 people who agreed to the free trial.
I mean, you could even like, if you're doing like, because I know you're doing the Groupon thing right now, so I think you should like hone in on that. Like pick a prospecting method and be like, I'm going to go hard at this for like at least the full week, because that's how you get the whole experience. But I think if you wanted to even tweak that Groupon message, because I think there's a line in there where I say like, we did this for this guy, you know, I plug in some of our case studies. So if you don't have that and you want to be really authentic in that message, then just tweak it and say like, you know, like Alex said, I just did this program on how to help local businesses get customers. Your industry is one of the industries that they give me a proven strategy for. And that's where you can even like plug the data a little bit. So if you're like, today, I'm going to reach out to only hair salons on Groupon. So I know that my script is going to stay the same because I'm talking about hair salons. And then you're like, you know, hair salons are one of the industries they actually give me a proven strategy for. And like, here's some quick facts on what you can expect. Like typically I can get you hair salon leads for like as little as $9 or whatever it is. And then just say like, I really want to test this on a hair salon in this area. Let me know if you're interested, if you feel like you can handle more business. If not, no worries. I'll find a different one.
I love that. No, I'll definitely be sticking to this Groupon. Like yesterday, I was stoked. After I sent that email, they literally responded in 45 minutes. I was like, no way. I've never had an outreach where they reply that fast, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can check other sites as well. Like if you look up other sites that are like, if you look up like sites like Groupon, it'll pop up a bunch of different ones. There's one called Living Social that is very similar to Groupon. You run promotions, products, that kind of thing. They take a cut out of everybody who sells products, just like Groupon. And there's another one that's super popular with actually like service providers, which it went by a ton of names. It's called Angie now. It used to be called Angie's List and fucking Home Advisor and like a bunch of other shit. But it's all the same company. So it's just called Angie. If you go on there and you're looking up certain areas, like a certain city, a certain service, all those people who pop up when you look for that city and that service are advertising on there. And to advertise on there, they need to sign up for a yearly membership. It's like $300 or something a year, and they have to pay per lead at minimum about $15, at most $85. So if they pop up on there, you know that they're actively employing someone right now, Angie, to find them leads, and they'll pay for it. So if you go on that site and you look up in that area, whether it's like home cleaners in Austin, for example, and you looked up all those companies, it'll give you a list of all the companies in Austin who do home cleaning services. And then you could just type their information into Google, pop up like that actual business, and then just fucking contact them. Like, hey, I saw you on Angie. Do you mind if I run this same promotion that you have? Just send the customers directly to you instead of Angie charging you.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just trying to get in where they're already advertising. And then if you get in for free, it's less risk for them. And if you're successful, it actually can make more money for them.
Whatever. What was the first one you mentioned? Angie and what?
The first one is called Living Social.
Living Social.
You know, fucking weird name. But if you type in, you know, thing like sites like Groupon or services like Groupon, it'll pop up a bunch that you can actually see. And like I was actually surprised at how many different types of Groupon businesses there are out there. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
These businesses are just like hurting out here.
Yeah.
And like a lot of these companies, they charge 50%. Like you sell a service, they take 50%.
Brutal.
So like, you know, it's a fucking no-brainer.
So that's a really good line. Like, I mean, again, like you can kind of make the Groupon script your own, but if I was going to do it all over again now, I would try to explain it to these business owners like as stupid as possible, because a lot of people forget that a lot of small business owners were never taught how to run a business. So when you say things to them like, I can get you a better return on investment, yeah, you assume that like that means something to them. But if you were going to say like, I know Groupon is charging you 50%, and so you're probably not making a ton with them, I wouldn't charge you that much. Like you literally break it down for them that much that you paint that picture of like, here's why working with me will actually benefit you more. I think I would make it like even more simple if I were to do it all over again.
Right. But you're painting that picture with them once you get on a call, not on that first message. Like, I know you're losing money on Groupon.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it like that, but like that is kind of what I said in a way in that message. I said, like, I know Groupon doesn't really help us business owners thrive. So I'm not insulting them, but I'm saying like, I know that Groupon's not like making you rich.
Right. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can even check these sites to see how they advertise to these business owners.
I'm finding it like prospecting out to these businesses. Like even today, I was like, fuck, it's already 4:00, you know, and I probably reached out to like 30 businesses, but I'm like, damn, I guess I need to get my ass up earlier in the morning because time really does go like that.
Yeah, you're going through the desert right now.
Yeah.
But like you're just wandering, you're like looking for the water, you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I need to find some. Because you know what, like that's where we were at for a while. Probably 4 weeks or 6 weeks or something like that. From when because we like started cold emailing people at like Christmas, and then it was like, oh shit, it's Christmas. Yeah, nobody's doing anything, you know. So that didn't work out. And then we took like a 2 week or so break through New Year, and then we started hitting it again hard. And really, like that was just like the main thing, like Facebook groups. trying to like give value to people, but also like just be honest, be like, look, I literally just took this course, trying this thing. I'm just trying to help some businesses for free. That got us a few different book calls actually from that. And then, yeah, just reaching out to as many people as you can.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we switched up our strategy a little bit too, like you did. Like we went from cold emailing, and then we did the Groupon thing, and then we tried BNI. So I think like doing all these reps is doing more than you think it is. Like, even though you get to the end of the day and you might feel like, fuck, time went by so fast and I didn't accomplish the thing I wanted to see, you're still like, you're getting better at it every time you do it, even if you don't realize it. And I think that that's something that you don't pay attention to when you're in the process. But then when you look back on it, like, I think, okay, we probably weren't getting anybody before Christmas because, yeah, it was Christmas, but also we probably sucked a lot. And then we kept doing it after Christmas and we sucked a little bit less. And like you keep getting better at it, and you don't see that at the time. You just feel like, fuck, why isn't this working? But I think Jason or James said this, and it always kind of stuck with me. They're like, when you feel like it's not working for you, it's because it's working on you. And it's true, I think.
Yeah. Still going back and forth with like a VA, because honestly, like if I could just have 2, even 3 hands on this at the same time, it'd be a lot better. Because I think 25 to 30 is great, but like really I want to be doing 3, 4x that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good that you're doing it first, because even with the Groupon method, like talking tonight, you're realizing like, oh, I think this is what I want to say instead of what I've been saying. I think that'll feel better. And that's a big part of it. It's just like learning how to feel like you're being yourself in it, because people feel that. Like people can tell when you're being authentic, and they can tell when they feel like you're trying to sell to them. Yeah. And you just kind of learn that. So now you're realizing, here's how I'm actually going to try to say it. Here's what's worked for me. And then when you bring on that VA, you're going to be like, do it like this because this worked better.
Right.
Yeah. And if you do want to like bang out more, like you really want a VA,
sleep 4 hours.
Sleep 4 hours. Yeah. Just fucking grind.
Yeah.
No more gym.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say just get them to do like the research for you. So like be like, hey, I want you to go on Groupon. I want you to make a list of all the maid companies, plumbers, and nail salons, for example, in all of these cities. Search them, find all the offers that have been bought more than 50 times. For example, like you could give them some very specific instructions so that they can go, and then they can basically scrape Groupon, come up with all these, add the links in so you can just directly link to the companies and the offers they're running, and you can get them to make you something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's what Becca did for Sarah. She was like scraping leads for her.
Yeah, because that way you could still have the conversations, but you could just have them at a faster clip, right? Because now you don't have to go and search for these people. You just go, and then you do that in the morning, and then at lunch you check your messages, and then at nighttime you check your messages again. And you just kind of cycle through it like that.
A helpful way to kind of think about it is like, I don't know if you've seen any of these TikToks, but it's people talking about like ADHD brain. And people are saying that like, if you want to be more productive, then start breaking down your tasks more. Like that's the first step. So for example, if somebody's really ADHD and they have trouble like getting things done, instead of writing on their list, like, I'm going to clean my house, that's a fucking big box to check off. What does that mean? So they're like, break it into smaller chunks. So when she says like, I'm going to clean my house, like I'm going to vacuum the living room, I'm going to do this. And so if you think about prospecting the same way, you're like, I'm going to take one step of the prospecting out of it for me. In this case, it would be scraping the leads, because then I can focus on sending the messages and not having to do that first chunk of the task.
Yeah. I did want to try the sticky note. What Jason was talking about. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The yellow sticky notes? Where you're like, write out your day and then like task by task. Knock them out and then go to the next.
Yeah.
Rather than like a weekly goal, you have daily goals,
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of similar to what I do. I have a very specific way that I make my to-do list every week. And I think it is kind of ADHD brain. So like on the one hand, I'll write down the things that I know I want to get done this week, like the kind of bigger tasks, like get my newsletter out, close 5 sales, write 10 emails. And then every day of the week, I'll look at my weekly list. And I'm like, okay, what's a step that I could take today to get me closer to checking that off? So you have your weekly goals and you're breaking it into smaller ones. So if you're like, that's kind of what we're trying to get people to do in Octus. So it's like, what's your goal this week? And then Alex asks, what are the steps you need to take to actually hit your goal? So it's always like breaking it down more.
Yeah.